Hola. Let's get this started. Let's try to learn. Try to learn some Dragonsphere. Okay, so this is actually the very first game I posted a Let's Play on YouTube, that is, except that I never got anywhere. Posted two whole, 10-minute videos, I think, something like that. Total 20 minutes. I don't think I ever left the room you start in. If you haven't heard Dragonsphere, well, I don't know a whole lot about it. It was produced by Microprose, I think published by Atari, and they call it an AGA. Can't remember exactly what that stands for. I could look at the manual and figure it out. Perhaps I do have the manual up here, just in case I need it. The game mechanics themselves are not that complicated. Animated graphic adventure. That's what they're calling it those days. Which those days, by the way, was 1994. This game actually is available for free on GOG.com. So if you haven't played it and it looks interesting, go sign up with GOG.com. Purchase it for $0, nothing at all, and see what you think. Let's. I was expecting to see something about settings here, but well, I see the intro choice, but I'm assuming the start's going to do that. So let's start. This is interesting. I cannot move the mouse. Okay, let's exit out of it, exit into it. Not a good start. I cannot move the mouse in the game. Boy, good stream, good stream. Okay, let's just kill it and try again. Start. Here we go. I hope this doesn't that it doesn't repeat. We're definitely going to be a novice because we've effectively not played this game.
The Dragonsphere stirs, my lord, and more powerfully than before.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say we'll destroy the sorcerer another day. I hope the audio quality is okay. It's actually a little loud in my headset. Let me just turn down the headset a little bit. Actually, real professional here, but let me just check with the output in. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit in the streaming software. I'm using OBS, by the way, Open Broadcaster Software. It's an open source broadcasting that seems to work. Well, I haven't used it a whole lot, so I really can't say, but it seems to work okay. I just downloaded the most recent stable version, which came out, I think, the 4th of this month. Yeah, I was just looking to see. I kind of had to manually figure out. I need to find a better way to figure out what the dimensions are of a window. Looks like it's okay, though. Anyway, okay. Very well. Await me in the council chamber.
Very well. Await me in the council chamber.
Got a pretty good voice there, I think.
As you wish, my lord. Your mother and I await your pleasure.
Okay. So, you see, based on where we put the mouse pointer, we get some default action choices, and then we can do more specific choices by clicking, one of these down here. And let's see, we have our inventory here, and we have actions that we can apply to the inventory item. We have only the ring at this point. So let's stand up. Oh, actually, I guess I clicked to wash my face. Before you do anything at all in the morning, you always need a good wash. Now, you feel better. You briefly consider shaving, but decide not to. You might as well get used to roughing it. Unfortunately, your valet is not yet used to his duties and forgot to leave a towel. You'll just have to air dry. Changing clothes, apparently. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we actually have some control, I think. Your teacher of etiquette always said, do nothing in the clothes in which you sleep except sleep. Despite the few exceptions you discovered as you grew older, you found it to be pretty sound advice. Now, dressed in your traveling clothes, you feel ready for anything. What was it you meant to do next? Let's look. Well, something I did see in the manual. If you double-click look, it gives you a general room description. So let's do that. This is the king's bedchamber, now yours by right of passage since the death of your father. It still feels strange to sleep here amidst all the accoutrements you come to associate with him. Sorry, turning down my headset a little bit more there. Okay. Let's look at the robe. The robe and crown, your royal seals of office, are to remain where they are until you've completed your quest. The crown is simple and unadorned. The robe, a shade of powder blue you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. Well, let's look around. Let's look at the nightstand. The nightstand is a solid piece of wood, carved by a master craftsman for your grandfather as a gift from the eastern reaches of the kingdom. Upon it rests the wash basin and your book of love poems. Light from the window streams in, adding a rich luster to the already beautiful wood. Oh, well, that's not going to work. Let's take the book. You consider taking the book on your journey, but stop. It is almost a vow to succeed to leave it. It's almost a vow to succeed to leave it here, as if you were promising to return and continue reading it without interruption. Oh, okay. Let's look at the chest. Okay, that's the same as clicking on the robe, apparently. Okay. The ceremonial swords on the wall are traditional clan dueling weapons. This pair was supposedly carried by Gorm himself. One of them was supposedly used to cut the head from the... Oh, I just glanced over at the stream preview and the mouse pointer was moving around. I thought, why is it doing that? Oh, that's a couple seconds behind. Anyway, this pair was supposedly carried by Gorm himself. One of them was supposedly used to cut the head from Rar, I guess it says, the leader of the Tigermen invaders from the Southlands. Myth and legend, you're sure. Let's look at the tapestry. The royal crest of Clan Kalahach hangs proudly in the king's bedchamber as a symbol of authority and power. You remember thinking in the past that it was soul-stirring, but now it just looks gaudy. Let's look at the wall plaque. The plaques on the walls are the clan symbols of those families who have joined the royal line by wedding the crown prince. Now that you're a king, it's time to put the Fianula? Is that an E or a C? I think that's an E. Fianula clan symbol, that of your wife, upon these walls. I have a wife. That's news. The dressing screen has a depiction of a royal hunt on the outside and a small hook and back for hanging clothes. Your fine robes are hanging there, waiting for the valet to come clean them. I'm inclined to look at everything just because I don't really know. What's this? The various decorations around the room are the clan symbols of the families whose sons have married princesses and gone on to rule the kingdom. By Kalahach law, they must take the Kalahach clan name. The decorations are to remember the clan they once came from. Just in case. Is this one any different? No. That's the same, I think, as and just a bit more. Okay, that's the same as that Lee's previous comment. and that's the same as the other one. So there's a couple variations about the plaques. So let's look at the bust. The great plaster bust of Kal, god of the clans, glowers down at you from above. He was the mighty lord of earth and sky, who battled the gods, god of the sea, Jesh, to preserve the land you call Kalahach. We'll just look at everything. Of course, this is what resulted in a 20-minute video, 20 minutes of video in which we never left the room. But hey, I think in a game like this, thoroughness is worthwhile. Being thorough is a good policy. The architecture here is both highly decorative and very strong. The carved faces on these arches depict the progenitors of the Kalahach line, King Gorm and his son, Prince Leon. Let's look at the pillow. The sumptuous array consisting of bolster and pillow is the kind of extravagance that made you jealous when you were a child and had to sleep on whatever rude materials were available. Oops, I didn't mean to walk to the bed. I just wanted to look at the bed. The large, ornate bed is what your father used to call the royal resting place. That epithet seems ironic now that he's gone. You'd love to lie down and sleep again, but you vowed to see the end of the sorcerer first. Sorcerer? Oh. I just realized. The intro video did not play. Oh, it seems right-clicking does look. Okay, well, that's good to know. Oops. Interface is standard. I want to exit and play that intro. Done. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, well, this may be annoying, but, actually, let's just check the gameplay options here. Room fade is medium, panning is medium. Speech is on. This is not, I downloaded this. This is not actually on the CD-ROM, but I guess that's relevant. Let's exit. So, we're gonna start again. And this time I'm going to play the intro, and this takes a few minutes as I remember, so I'll try to be quiet. We'll have to start over again, but I'll try to be fast about it. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. I was just talking and forgot to unmute myself. Anyway, so now we have some context, and so we, for example, have some idea of what is meant by sorcerer now, who is meant. I considered possibly I should have read some of that text, but I think it was all big enough to be readily legible, so I hope you agree. And let's start again. Novice, of course. We'll try to get through this
The Dragonsphere stirs, my lord, and more powerfully than before.
Very well. Await me in the council chamber.
As you wish, my lord. Your mother and I await your pleasure.
Maybe I shouldn't have clicked away from that quite so fast. Audio continues, but... washing up. Before you do anything at all in the morning, you always need a good wash. Now, you feel better. You briefly consider shaving, but decide not to. You might as well get used to roughing it. Unfortunately, your valet is not yet used to his duties and forgot to leave a towel. You'll just have to air dry. Actually, I'll try to not repeat what I just did in the first, yeah, I've read that, so we'll just skip that. Let's see. Okay, so we didn't look at the rugs before, I don't think. The rugs here, though plain in appearance, are imported from far Soptis Ecliptus, the land of the desert nomads. They are handmade, woven from fine furs of animals few Kalahachis have ever seen, and are immensely expensive. This one say the same thing? Yes, it does. Let's look at the floor. The floor is made of hand-painted hardwood laid over the strong earth upon which Castle Kalahach was built. Laid over the strong earth. So I'm on the ground floor and there's earth immediately below this? I doubt it, but perhaps. It's showing some scuffs and signs of age. If you make it back alive, it might be time for some repairs. What's this? The great fireplace provides most of the heat for the room, especially in the colder months. The fire must have been stoked recently, probably while you slept, for it is now burning merrily. You know, at the end of that video, down here, there seemed to be light coming through a door and in a bit of a shadow, but then it ended. I wonder what that is. Nothing. There's no. I'm just noticing the text is not appearing anymore. Interface is standard. Let's see what easy means. Maybe I should have it on. Let's have it on easy for now, so at least you can see the action that I'm planning to, that I'm doing. When I right-click, it does. I think it does look, which is not exactly what's. So you can't necessarily tell when I'm going to look or do the action it's specified. But I think the text flashes look at least. Let's look at the sconce. Although your court wizard, Nair Tom, claims that light can be easily generated by magical means, your father always insisted on the traditional wall sconces that provided light all over the castle, and you intend to continue that custom. The heavy brass fireplace screen traps heat and then radiates it slowly into the room. It was a clever innovation of Nair Tom's. Its flickering shadow hypnotizes you for a moment. In the manual, there was a reference to pulling out the screen. So let's try that. The brass is almost certainly too hot to handle. You'd only burn yourself if you tried to move it around. Can we take the wash basin? Well, nothing seems to have happened, so I guess not. Try it again. Here you attempt to take the wash basin, but quickly deduce this action will be a waste of your valuable time and energy. don't see any way to put out the fire, and maybe I didn't. I just glanced at the manual. Let's assume that they were just going to. The point was just that you'd get a message. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Let's pull the rug. You're not sure why, but you seem to have gotten into your head that there's a secret door somewhere in this room. Unfortunately, it is under neither of the rugs. You're beginning to think you're hallucinating. It is under neither of the rugs. Does that mean there is one? Okay, there is an entrance down this way. Okay, I'm not giving up just yet. Can we pull the screen? You quickly realize that pulling the dressing screen will not accomplish anything concrete. Okay, well, I'm probably missing out on the best weapon in the game or something, but let's go. let's get things moving along here. I'm sure somebody, not that anybody's watching it right now while I'm streaming, but I'm going to save this, and if someone watches this, just checking if there is anyone here. No, just only on me. If anyone watches this in the saved videos, perhaps they'll be yelling at me that if they knew the game, that I had missed something. Let's look at the flowers. Fiona has put up several small bunches of flowers about the room. She says this practice adds color and a pleasant smell. She has them replaced 2 or 3 times a week. Is Fiona who spoke with us, woke us up a moment ago? This is the clan Fiona symbol. When you come back, this will have to be moved to a place of honor in the king's bedchamber. The tapestry depicts a scene from a theatrical production at the Great World Theatre in Grand Kalahach. Fiona is especially fond of musical comedies, but she insists on seeing everything that plays at the World. The World Theatre, I guess is meant. Diaries. The small inset bookcase contains some of Fiona's favorite fiction and books of poetry and history. The lower shelf is bare except for 2 volumes that look suspiciously like diaries. I don't think I'm going to snoop. Fiona also has a chest at the foot of her bed. Your burning curiosity to know her feelings does not extend to rummaging through her personal belongings. Its contents will remain a mystery, okay? The wood basket is empty and the fire is blazing, indicating the servants have been in to stoke the morning fire. Soon another servant will bring a small supply of aromatic wood should the queen wish to keep the fire going in midday. Fiona always keeps her night table across the room from the bed. You think it makes no sense, but she claims it keeps her from staying up late reading because there's no place to put the book down. Okay, well, that's one solution, I suppose. What happens if we go this way? Okay, there was a door there, okay. You were never very good at heraldry, and now you can barely remember anything about your family crest or the proper terms to describe it. There's the gold crown and the lavender shield, and the demi-something of silver and mauve on the sinister portion. Oh well. It's your official crown family crest, of which the crown is the usual shorthand symbol. The smaller of the 2 windows is traditionally for the queen to stand at in the morning and give a cheery good morning wave to her subjects waiting in the courtyard. It's been a tradition as far as long as you can remember, and you assume Fiona has no objection to it. I should probably slow down in my reading. The larger of the 2 windows is traditionally for the king to stand at in the morning and give a cheery good morning wave to his subjects waiting in the courtyard. Your father used to joke about an embarrassing morning on which no one waited below. Well, let's walk over here. Let's see if he gives a wave. I don't see any action related to waving, but the long central table glows at night with soft golden candles by whose height you can tell the time. Now they've all burned down to the stubs. Now look at that. No. The statuary is old and pitted and obviously incomplete. It was excavated from the ruins of a lost city, or so the story goes, and brought to Castle Kalahach by an adventurer named Pippi or Poppy or something like that, as a gift. Someday you'd like to travel to the mysterious unknown lands, but you have a more important task. to you, this has always looked like a rug that somebody decided to hang on the wall instead. It's actually some sort of family crest. As much as you would like to decree its removal, it really should stay where it is. Well, let's go over here now. Okay, this is the door that when we were in my room. The door this way, anyway, that was the other door in my room, I guess is my point. The axes are beautifully made of finely wrought metals. You once referred to them using Fiona's mother's name, thus insulting both your mother-in-law and the axes, and you can't help smiling whenever you look at them. Legend has it that this is the symbol of the very first clan that married into the Calahatch line. That decoration has been hanging above the door for as long as you can remember. Yeah, there's a little more over here. The beautiful cedar chest is where linens are kept to refresh yours and the queen's beds. The cedar gives them a pleasant perfume. Can we open it? There's nothing in there but linens and possibly candles for the long table. Okay. This scene depicts some famous hero or other and his trusty Drammel, who supposedly saved his life several times. You have a strong affection for animals, despite the fact that you've never owned a pet. So Drammel, you got camel. Well, there's the word camel, and I think the scientific or the family name or something is dromedary. So is Drammel something like dromedary camel? Just a thought. Okay, well, it seems like the place to go is this direction. Loading delay there. What's about this sword? A ceremonial weapon, not for use. This one is actually made of soft metal and is a recreation of a famous weapon borne by some hero or another in days gone by. This symbol was your father's personal sigil, as distinguished from the royal crest or the family symbol. All these different signs and symbols make your head spin. The fire is roaring merrily here, as it always has. This is the one chamber in the castle where the fire is never banked. You could come here at 2 o'clock in the morning and it would be as warm and well lit. These built-in benches are provided for readers who become so absorbed in their books that they can't be bothered walking over to the love seats. It's happened to you, and though you can't remember what book it was now, what book it was that so interested you. The stylized archer has always been one of your favorite pieces of art, but now it just looks a little silly to you. You seem to have lost your appreciation for art with the shadow of the sorcerer's threat hanging over you. I'm going to take a drink real quick and just mute it. Just a second. Okay. What about the books? Your father's collection of rare volumes includes several apocryphal histories, some fairy fiction, and a 6-volume set of the Decadent Empire. A fictional history that your father forbid you to read when you were young. Now perhaps you could see what all the fuss was about. The low table's main purpose is to hold the candle for reading light. Alright? They call them love seats because two people trying to sit in one had better be in love. These ingenious little couches can be used in a variety of ways by moving their component parts. Your father always said that for private meetings, comfortable chairs were best. You're not sure if he was only referring to politics. Oh, there's another tapestry here. I thought that was a window. You understand that this idyllic outdoor scene is supposed to be Grand Calahatch itself, back when it was first built. It doesn't look much like that now. The apple trees and sheep farms have long since been replaced by the sprawl of a market town. Trophy. This 8-point buck was killed by your grandfather in the eastern forest. The legend has it that he killed the deer with his bare hands, but your tutor said that was untrue. It was shot with an arrow, as one might expect. One might expect. There are no other hunting trophies in the entire castle because your father didn't believe in hunting. You're willing to hunt for food, but not for sport. Okay, good to know, I guess. I don't think we looked at this sword. Okay, no, that's actually the same message as that one, so kind of irrelevant. missing something, but actually, just out of curiosity, no, let's pull the tapestry. Something behind it? The tapestry is firmly attached to the wall with wires and some sort of glue. To pull it aside would be to ruin it, and you don't want to do that. Well, let's try this other one. Aha! We finally found something! That's odd. This is the only tapestry in the castle that's set on glides instead of being fastened to the wall. Now that's interesting. Behind the tapestry is what looks like the faint outline of a door carved into the stone. Let's look at the door. Okay, wall panel. The faint seams in the wall could easily be a badly joined block of stone, or they could be the outlines of a door. Perhaps there was once a connection between the meeting chamber and the ballroom that was blocked off with a slab of stone. Open. The door is locked tighter than a drum. With no handle and no locking mechanism in evidence, you can't see any possible way to get it open. No wonder your father never revealed the secret of the door to you. Don't have any kind of keys. Now let's go this way.
Sorry, brother. I was just thinking, and this was a convenient place to sit.
Ah, we have a brother. We'll assume we're on good relations with our brother until we know otherwise. Think nothing of it, brother.
Think nothing of it, brother.
I guess I didn't need to say that.
Then perhaps I'll sit there whenever I want. After all, the throne will someday be mine, Kalash.
Oh, it will, huh? I guess I'll say this one.
If I do not defeat the sorcerer, it might.
I have to clear.
True. Or perhaps you'll end up in the dungeon one of these days. You know how it is.
I didn't know how it is, but I'm beginning to learn. Yes.
Yes. Peace be with you, McMorn.
And with you be peace.
Okay, well, I was gonna look at him, see what I said, but he left before I could do so. Dragonsphere. But let's skip over that for a moment. The two special plaques above the throne room doors are not clan symbols, nor family crests, nor even symbols of leadership. They're clever little designs that stand for business, for the door that leads to the meeting chamber, and pleasure for the one that goes to the ballroom. Ah, this ballroom that was discussed. Won't go anywhere just yet. The thrones are simple affairs, unadorned by jewels or other shows of wealth. Your father didn't believe in the monarchy being extravagant. This throne is now yours, the place from which all decisions regarding peasant law are handed down. It is an icon of crushing responsibility mixed with absolute power. You associate it so strongly with your father that you can almost see him still sitting there. Queens? The thrones are simple affairs. The Queen's throne is where Fiona will sit, possibly as head of state, should you fail to return. So maybe my saying something about if I didn't defeat regarding my brother, whose name has gone right out of my head, about him sitting on the throne if I didn't defeat the sorcerer, perhaps that was a misspoken statement. This magnificent sigil is a rendition of the coronation of the first Kalahatch king. He is called Heavenly Dominic or Domus the Great, and he supposedly carved out the kingdom of Kalahatch from a mountain placed in his path by the god Kal. You're sure the truth is much less fanciful, but no less spectacular in its own way. This fine piece of work depicts a legendary evil, the Dragon of Dark Flame, Ner Tom. The Dragon of Dark Flame, period. Ner Tom, the old wizard, used to speculate that the sorcerer Sanway has been making his magical raids upon Kalash for generations and once was the Dragon of Dark Flame. That might explain why Sanway is known as the Dragon Sorcerer. In that intro video, there was that little bit where there was a misty knight fighting a misty dragon. I don't know if that was like effects from the spell, or was that this dragon? And what knight was depicted? Let's look at the table. The table is sometimes used for the signing of important documents or the presentation of diplomatic gifts, but more often than not, it is simply an elbow rest for elderly guests. Okay, we can go that way. We can go this way. I'm gonna look at the table first. The table that rests between the thrones is normally for holding documents and gifts received from visiting dignitaries. Now, though, it holds the Dragonsphere as a reminder of the immediacy of the problem. So, the namesake of the game. I'm looking at it first. The small sphere rests quietly on its stand where Nerton placed it 20 years ago. It is a warning, an alarm of sorts, whose integrity mimics that of the shield spell holding Sanwei prisoner. Its occupant, a small dragon homunculus, mimics the state of the sorcerer himself. It is the cracks in the sphere and the stirrings of the dragon that have warned you that Sanwei is breaking free from his long captivity. I'm not going to touch it just now. I believe we were directed to go to the throne room. Nothing other than obviously meeting our brother has happened yet. I'm guessing maybe nothing will until we sit on the throne. I'd like to look around a little bit first. Let's go into the ballroom and let's see if we can go into the ballroom. Yes, we can. Yes, this place is looking a little worse for wear. A dutiful castle servant is scrubbing manfully, or is it maidfully, at the spills on the floor. You don't remember her name, but she served your father well for almost a year now. Let's talk to her.
Ah, hard at work, I see.
You flatter a simple scullery maid with your attentions, my lord.
Still smelling of roast-born turkey, the large brazier in the middle of the room is cold now, and the spit has been removed, presumably for cleaning. It makes your stomach rumble to smell the leftover cooking odors. You have to get something to eat before you begin your journey. Okay. This table still has a bowl of apples on it, but they look to be a week old. They're starting to wrinkle. Your personal goblet is here also left out for anyone to pick up. Although partially clean, the table still has a loaf of stale bread. You'll wait and see if you can find something a little more appetizing for breakfast, and several bottles. Somebody must have broken the bench. It's been removed from the room. Oh, this is a tapestry? This scene is an idyllic lake at sunset. You don't remember where it came from, but your father always claimed it was good for his digestion. The grand window looks out over the castle courtyard and way station where the travelers gather before entering and leaving the castle. It's quite a view. Let's walk over there. Not that we can get very close to it. The table's in the way. Okay, well. Wouldn't the door be here somewhere? In fact, you have to climb up on the table to do that, and with the maid here, you're too embarrassed to go climbing up on the furniture, perhaps some other time. Well, do you see this rectangle back here, obviously in perspective? I wonder if that matches the one we saw in the, well, I can't remember, but the king's room. Not the bedroom, but the office, whatever they called it. Okay, that's just the walls. Right? The walls here are of rougher construction than the rest of the castle, supposedly because they ran out of marble at the nearby quarry and had to use extra granite. The chairs at the far end of the room are for wallflowers. You remember spending a lot of time at that end of the room before you met Fiona. Your father once called you the Shy Prince. Okay, that's all just part of the wall. Well, what's through this doorway? Ah, okay. This is the Queen's room. This is the hallway where we were earlier. Let's go back through this door. Don't see anything else to do here just now. I think we'll let's go sit on the throne and see what happens, if anything. Nothing. We're just copacetic here. Maybe I misunderstood. Let's go through this doorway on the right here. Oh, we're in the yard, apparently. The barrels store various items used by the merchants and guards at the way station. This one looks like it contains salt. The other might contain sling balls. Way station? Does that mean we're at a way station, or... The guard patrols tirelessly, watching for intruders, miscreants, and brawls that might break out between visiting dignitaries or peasants. His main duties include sounding the alarm and raising and lowering the portcullis. Yes, let's see. Hay is kept for the drownwells that are often temporarily tethered here. This stack looks like it was just delivered on the hay wagon. It smells sweet and fresh. Let's root through it. Why not? It's a princely thing to do, isn't it? When you were a child, you used to love searching through the hay. You never found anything, except once you found a lady's knickers. But that doesn't stop you from trying. After a brief search, you come to the conclusion there's nothing in there, not even a needle. The windows are firing slits. Behind them are stations for archers coming from the guard keeps. As an invading army entered the courtyard, they would be subjected to deadly fire. What's this way? Oh, that brings us back in here. Well, what's this way? Ah, maybe this is where we've been
You've seen the
inspecting.
Dragonsphere.
I pray you're not still resolved to go alone.
Our mother, perhaps?
I am.
Tirnoch Bronway is deadly, my lord. Why not wait safely here? Hide from the sorcerer, or at least meet him on your own ground.
She's suggesting that I hide?
If we wait, Sanwi will only become more
Sanwi.
powerful as he recovers from the spell of imprisonment. I must go to his tower before he wakes fully.
Will you not reconsider and take the army, my lord? I beg you.
Nay, even weakened, the sorcerer has powerful spells that could destroy an army once he knew they were coming. One man, traveling alone, is anonymous. This is my responsibility and the legacy of my father. I will face the sorcerer alone.
He is headstrong, like his father. Let us gift him and wish him Godspeed.
Thank you.
I have for you a sword of magical sharpness. May you use it to strike Sanwi's head from his shoulders.
Ah, a weapon. Magical weapon.
Although it is said that no sword may harm Sonway, perhaps it will have other uses. And I have for you a small shielding spell, like the one that surrounds Sonway's tower. Hurl this sphere at an enemy to imprison him within a field of magic.
These were my father's, were they not?
That's right. And they never failed him. May they never fail you. Goodbye, my son.
Good luck, husband. Please be careful.
When we have this wolf's head, that's a busy symbol, basically. So, yeah, busy symbol, basically. Actually, at this point, I think I'm going to pause the stream and take just about a 5-minute break. You know, do the necessary and Anyway, the point is the stream is going to stop for a moment, but we'll be back in just a couple minutes.